Alright, the first deck we are playing today. Ashe Kench Control. So this is a deck we played on stream, and you can still find the recording of it on my YouTube channel a long while ago. So the main idea of the deck being that we are taking advantage of all the various frostbite effects in our deck and effectively turning the Tahm Kench, the acquired taste that he creates, into removal spells. So frostbite reducing the enemy's attack to 0 means that the normal downside to acquired taste of the enemy striking him just don't happen because they have no attack. Obviously, it's not a straight removal spell because they can still kill Kench in the meantime to get all their stuff back, but it makes it harder for them to do so when he's not taking any damage from the enemies that he's swallowing up. So with this latest patch, we saw a number of buffs to several cards that fit in this archetype, so I thought it would be a fun thing to revisit. I have a feeling that this deck might be too slow for this game at this point. When this deck felt reasonable, it was a very, very long time ago. The game was much slower back then, so I'd be surprised if this this feels kind of, competitive in any sense of the word. But, you never know. So Ashe saw a small buff in that you only need to frostbite 4 enemies now for her to level up. Rimetusk Shaman, which was a big, kind of like the very important card in this archetype, is got a small buff with a 4th point of toughness. Since we last played this deck, we got some Rimefang Dead Mother in the game, so it seems like, in theory, this would be a great card for a deck like this, that just frostbiting turn after turn after turn between the triggered effect of Rimetusk and also just our various frostbite spells. So this is a very potentially powerful finisher in this more control-leaning deck. What else is worth noting? So decided to throw in some coral creatures in this deck. This card got a small buff, seems pretty reasonable in this more kind of controlling list. 2 mana 1/3 with a tune means it's effectively a 1 mana 1/3 on turn 2 and later. And the random 1-cost spell that it can create for us could be things like Brittle Steel that we're running anyway. Elixir of Iron just gives us a little bit more toughness on our key cards, including Kench if they want to kill him with damage removal. So we can find things like that. We can find things like Jailbreak to give us more blockers, etc., etc. Really, the worst thing this can hit is Jettison. Everything else is fine. So just seems like a really solid card, solid value play for 2 mana at this point, but decided to give it a shot. Previously, the list before was running, what's her name? The 2/3 that gives something vulnerable. Hired Gun. Deciding to give this a shot instead. Trying some Rimefang Wolf. This card can be awkward sometimes, but it's also can be just so powerful, and man, I love that artwork, so we're going to give it a shot. I've always been a big fan of this card. I've always enjoyed playing this. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is Babbling Bjerg. So previously, this list was the only 5+ power unit that we were running in this list was Ashe, which meant that these Babbling Bjergs guaranteed drew us an Ashe, and if we already had an Ashe on the board, that meant we were getting a flash freeze out of it. So it was very, very powerful synergy in that regard. Sort of interesting kind of reward for building our deck in the way we are. But with the Rimefang Dead Mother now being a 5+ toughness thing, that can find her now too. But I think that's fine. Either finding one of our champions or kind of our key finisher, theoretically, could be a good thing. So we're trying a couple copies of him here. If this doesn't feel great because the inconsistency is just not there and the 3/3 body feels mediocre, I could see this being a couple copies of Salvage instead for card advantage. Another thing I considered was maybe we don't even run the coral creatures and we run something else in their place. Tahm Kench being the only, what's the word? Bilgewater, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't remember. Being the only Bilgewater card in the list means that we could run the 4 mana Allegiance card in Freljord. What is the Avarosan Outriders? To give us more potential threats to close games. So a lot of different ways you can build this deck. We're going to give this version a try here today and see how it goes. Troll Chant's obviously a very good card on its own, but it's extra cool in this deck because if the, if the enemy we're targeting is weak enough, it might make it a reasonable hit, a reasonable target for Tahm Kench after the fact. It can reduce something's attack low enough so that the Rhymefang Wolf kills it. I'm gonna pass, assuming that they're playing a card to buff this. It could be Burst Speed. And if they do that, then we can just do this. Get a little bit of value off of this. It's not a big deal. So I'm gonna pass here because if our opponent wants to pass back, they lose more mana than we do. And I don't want to put Tahm Kench on the board when there's the potential for them to buff this and play single combat, like they're probably able to do now. I wonder if it's worth just playing this out then, as is. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to continue to pass here. If they want to attack in, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's a great draw. That is a great draw. Now that they've done that, we can just do this. Or do we want to make sure that our Tahm Kench can start doing his thing? We can Tahm Kench and play this, but we can't also play this to get him nice and high. Questions.
There's always room for supper.
I kind of want to get him. I want to get him going, basically. I want to get him to start doing his thing. Now the question is, do I chump and let these things potentially get bigger? I don't think so. I could do... I think I just pass here, honestly. Yeah, I just pass. Maybe I'm supposed to block this thing with the 3/3, encouraging them to try to buff it out of range, and either way, then it turns on the Brittle Steel. That might be correct.
A chill in the air.
Now, the awkward thing with these faded cards is that they have tons of buffs that are going to buff it even more, so... good chance that this just doesn't work. Still gonna see what they do. And the thing is, if they do kill him at this point and it spits this out, it does not spit out an exact copy, if I remember correctly, the way capture works.
Shadows, demon.
So.
Let's take this outside.
I'm sure there's something for my taste.
That's pretty good. So we can actually Harsh Winds into Acquired Taste this turn. think I'm supposed to pick him. It's a bit risky, but like he only has enough mana to pump him up to 3 attack, so I think this is okay. And I might actually start our next turn by kindly Tavern Keeper-ing Tom Kench, so it gets him out of like a single combat range. Ashe is also leveled, which is nice.
They've got nowhere to go.
Okay. Maybe this was a bit much. Maybe I'm supposed to Brittle Steel to start? No.
Excuse my impertinence.
Okay. Tom is nice and healthy still. Well, decently healthy. Did our opponent like peace out or something?
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
This is interesting. I feel like I'm supposed to man, it's tough. Okay, our opponent disconnected it, would seem.
Now we gormandize.
I was debating whether or not I'm supposed to heal Tom Kench or just Frostbite the Dragon and go for an eat. Because it means, like, the thing I'm afraid of there is him buffing into single combat and getting all his stuff back. So wanted to try to reduce our opponent's ability to do that. Yeah, I think outside of our opponent having something like Sharp Sight into single combat, and they burned a lot of resources trying to save their dragon that one turn, I think we were in a pretty good spot. We had leveled Ashe potentially coming down on the table that same turn as well to start beating them down. Well, we're not keeping Field of Rush. Probably don't need either of those. Do we care about Icevale Archer? Do we need something else? Icevale Archer dies to their parlays, their make it rains, and I'd rather save its effect for their big champions later down the line. So I think a full mulligan there, looking for our other 1s and 2s, is more reasonable. Avaros and Sentry dies. Dies to those same things, but at least draws us a card. Coral Creatures is our most ideal early play. Brittle Steel is nice. Three Sisters is decent.
Why are you here?
They could parlay now, and I wonder if it's actually worth using Troll Chant to stop it. I think it might be. There's another one! Yep, there's that Brittle Steel. Three Sisters is another decent hit off of these Coral Creatures because just the variety it provides. It can either just be a slightly more expensive Frostbite or a variety of other things. I think we played this here.
Peacemakers' tombstones!
Maybe I'm supposed to play Kench. It might be right to play Kench here. They could, yeah, no, that's right. They nerfed Monster Harpoon, so they couldn't have Warning Shot into Monster Harpoon. Monster Harpoon's is a 6 damage anyway. Or 5 damage anyway, excuse me. Yeah, it might have been right to actually play Tahm Kench there. I was just thinking, oh, I wanted a good blocker for this 3-3 if they decide to swing in for whatever reason. But I think I should have just played Tahm Kench and block. I guess this forces them to use a Warning Shot to get the trigger this turn. Our opponent, not sure what they're up to. So now the question is, what do I play? Ah, boy, oh boy. I could play Ashe, start swinging with her. That doesn't seem great. I'm gonna swing in and see what they do. I mean, this is wrong. Trade these. Got another opponent with connection problems? What gives? Wonder if this new patch has brought with it some connection issues for some people. It's tough for me to make a optimal decision because I'd want to pass in that position because they didn't spend their mana and I have a spell mana to bank. And here it's rough too because it's well, I don't want. I guess we could play this.
Prognosticate this, did ya?
You stay away! I give Gecko a bat!
Because if they play a Sejuani here, then I can Frostbite with Iceveil Archer, so there's that.
You own what you take.
Okay.
Knocked and ready.
Boys.
With triple Brittle Steel here, am I supposed to stop that? I don't think so.
Eat my words!
Okay, well we gave our opponent the chance to come back, so that's good. You can see how this game actually plays out. Sure.
Oh, I don't require a menu.
I will unite the Freljord. Your mercy is a disease.
Oh, they didn't play their other Warning Shot like they should have, so we know what they have. I wonder if this is even worth trying to save since he hasn't captured anything yet. It might not be. We have a 3 sisters that could give him +2 whatever, so maybe it is.
India needs you to pay up.
They could have second Monster Harpoon.
Ye started without me.
Now they can't.
It's too late now.
There's plenty of killing left.
Let us peruse this establishment's fare.
We have found all of our Ashe.
Gotta go with the flow.
I'll lead us to victory!
I think I'll go ahead and eat this. They can't play any other big thing this round. Well, things that we care about. Because they're
Come on in.
tapped below that amount. So that's nice. Ashe is now leveled, so all of these things are not cannot
I'm
block.
not greedy. My friends, though.
This next turn. Honestly, am I just supposed to heal? I'm probably supposed to heal him.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
That's not a big deal. They were hoping to hit our 1 toughness things here.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
So everything gets unblockable with this move, and if they play a big thing, it's gonna get unblockable with Ashe's
A gift
attack.
from Avarosa.
A true Freljordian welcome.
Sure. So 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Arrows at the ready.
We're gonna go for the kill here. Oops, I need to do this too.
Avarosans, stand together.
Oh, right, this only gives +3 now. Okay, with that, I think we just chill. Because then if they have an attack that wants to, like, kill something, then we could, do it.
I'll shoot the wings
Hello,
off
my
of
good
them.
friend.
Careful where you point that thing.
Careful where you point that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this, actually.
Plenty of room inside.
You remember this deck, Dave.
Come along! There's room for everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely a pain in the ass to play against, for sure. It's one of those decks that I would say it's not very strong, but playing against it feels awful. Is that their... Okay, they're getting there.
Neither the flames nor the depths.
Yeah, I was probably supposed to hold on to some of this stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Let us peruse this establishment's fare.
Break their legs. You dies. Bilgewater is mine and mine alone. Leaping into action. Explosives.
No gills, no entry.
This only deals 1?
Let's talk about your tag.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? I'm fine trading these off because we have 2 more Ashe in the deck. And let's see, those 2 trade. Those do not... I'm not gonna... I want to keep the Kench alive for sure. I guess I could just do this.
Save the homestead.
I will unite the Freljord.
She will unite the Freljord. Okie dokie.
Only the strong survive.
So I think I want to use this one. Yeah.
Knocked and ready.
Gobble gobble.
Excuse my impertinence.
Nothing escapes my watch. Explosives!
Oh, I don't require a menu.
Oh, I don't require a menu.
I do enjoy prospecting.
So they can block here, and then they're dead to everything else. If they try to kill something, we have a Three Sisters that can buff it out of range. Oh, that's true. They've stolen a bunch more cards from us. They could have frostbite effects of their own.
You poor thing.
We'll see. Seven damage. So even if I do whatchamacallit, I can't save him, but I can buff this. There we go. Lysandra Trundle.
The war is over. Now we rebuild.
I've been meaning to try Trundle again for a little while, and then they gave him they kind of reverted him back to his original strength. So I have a Asol Trundle ramp deck that we could try at some point. Yeah, Kindred's going to be interesting to see because he kind of just fell off the map with what's his face when Viego got introduced. Speaking of Kindred, maybe that means I want Tom Kench in my opener. Troll Chan's pretty good. Depends on how aggressive their list is. I have a feeling they're probably like an all-in... Well, if they were an all-in Kindred deck with Freljord, they would be running Entreats, but at least it's just a solid 2-drop. Yeah, they're almost certainly a more mid-range or control build with this set, but still, they could also have a lot of that Deathcry stuff that can get aggressive. So I'm debating if I should even keep Kench or what. Kench is a permanent solution to the Kindred problem, so I probably supposed to keep it, but maybe I'm supposed to throw back Troll Trent just looking for early blockers. Yeah, like that. That's right. We haven't seen Den Mother do her thing yet. We haven't seen Rhyme Tusk Shaman either. Not a big deal.
So pretty.
Not a Brittle Steel's nice.
What's that noise?
There's another one!
I'd follow you anywhere.
Of course you would.
Think I want to,
You have to get me out of here.
I guess this was stupid because now they get spiders.
Can't say it wasn't worth
And if they have a second Elise, they're gonna get to buff. Or they're gonna get to level her. Yeah. Wasn't really thinking about that.
it. Now enjoy it.
That's fine, we can frostbite her.
My
Whoa,
true
ghostly
beauty is beneath
unicorn.
the skin.
So Kindred can come down this turn. Do I want to throw Tom Kench into the fire? I gotta start getting rid of their stuff, so
Expensively unique.
these can keep stuff alive. Probably just gonna not hook anything, right? I'll do that as a gain 5. So remember when I said that they probably weren't the more aggressive deck? I was
Let
wrong.
us peruse this establishment's fare.
Winter, take it!
Guess I could do this. The nice thing about Kindred being a 4/3 now is that the Brittle Steel hits him. That said, if he does throw Kindred down right now, I'm probably still supposed to take out the Spider Queen. Well, their pass to me suggests that they have a second Spider Queen in hand. Or they're just waiting for me to spend my mana, free up the board, and then play another threat. I suppose that's true too.
You had your chance to walk away. Oh, I don't require a menu.
This is a pretty bad hit off of these coral creatures, by the way, in case you didn't know.
We go.
They retreat.
I'm probably supposed to play this.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
Just want as many blockers as possible.
The hunt begins. They've got nowhere to go.
I actually feel like swinging with all the spiders isn't unreasonable.
My life for Avarosa.
I'm gonna do this just in case they have buffs. And like, it still just marks a couple damage on Kindred, which I think is good.
They will.
Yum yum.
Allow me a small sample.
Pretty sure I'm supposed to end the round here.
I'm sure there's something for my tastes
They have 10 mana. They could Ruination. I'm just gonna level this up so that we get rid of their champions. It's not ideal when they now throw down another champion, but I don't want to get got by something silly like Ruination. Or what have you. As is, they could still get me with Vengeance. But... at least if they... no, that doesn't work. Yeah.
Excuse my impertinence. Come along! There's room for everyone.
They're just ending the round? Oh, they must be... you know what? They're in Freljord for the, whatchamacallit, the big guy, right? They Who Endure? They're in it for they Who Endure. Sure. I don't know that that matters a whole lot. They're playing Iceborne Legacy Spiders. I see. Well, Iceborne Legacy Spiders puts them all to 4/3s, which I guess is mildly scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we want to play this? They're still dead. I mean, they still get tagged by a bunch of stuff. Let's go with... I wouldn't mind an Ashe leveling up, putting the arrow on top of my deck.
Faster than my arrow.
Because then it means I can attack through their board the next turn.
Why are you here?
Another nibble.
No backing down.
So Iceborne Legacy is another card that they buffed recently in the most recent patch. It gives +2/+2 to a target unit and then all units of that same type. Or with that same name. Something like that. So they can give all these spiders +2/+2. And it costs 5 mana, so apparently they don't have it. Or if they did, they don't want to waste it. I feel like I'm supposed to hit this just to keep Ashe as healthy as possible. Because they could reasonably be playing Vile Feast. They could definitely be playing Vile Feast, so I think we'll just go with that. It's too bad we don't have enough mana to then play the Rime Tusk Shaman.
They've got nowhere to go. Alert the village!
I think I'm okay with just gobbling up one spider.
It's too late now. Oh, I don't require a menu.
Is it time to play this? How much power does this put on the table? 10? 10, 16, 19? Definitely not what I thought that they would do. So the question is, can we win if we pass into our next turn? Or do I have to go for the kill here?
Knocked and ready.
I'm gonna go for it. They wanted to play 2 spells there. I don't think one was Ruination. They could still have Ruination. Okay.
Save the homestead.
Let us reconnoiter.
I feel like I can just let both of these happen. I mean, this is as good as just having the Ashe played. And then if they want a They Who Endure, I can Crystal Arrow the next turn.
The time is right. Strike now.
Troll Chant's not bad.
Embrace life.
Expect death. I smell prey.
Got him!
A new Freljord will rise.
Winning is fun. I kind of do still want to try the Avaros and Outriders version of this deck. Just cut the coral creatures, put in something else. I don't know what. It could be the bird, but I don't know. The bird's kind of awkward. Because the bird can push. Who can it? Yeah, the bird is just an awkward hit from Avaros and Outriders, but it's only one of 3 cards in the deck, I suppose, and it still would be a 1-mana 4/4 Overwhelm, which is not bad. Am I keeping the Kindly Tavern Keeper? Am I supposed to keep this to actually be able to deal with bigger stuff down the line? I actually don't know what to keep in this. I feel like I'm just supposed to look for all my early game to, like, not die. Could be wrong.
Quick hands make quick work. Watch your head.
Ooh, they didn't trigger Lurk, right? That's what that means? Because even if a non-Lurk creature, as long as there's Lurk in your deck, I think it will do the thing. But yeah, we haven't got to see Rhyme Wolf do his thing either this game. Am I passing here? I'm gonna pass, and depending on what they do. I mean, that was fine. Maybe I am supposed to play this out, because now I can only play like one thing a turn. Rawr. I guess I can play 2 units out this next turn, so that's kind of nice. Let's start here, I suppose.
Winter, take it!
Almost. Got it.
Heed my words.
Watch your head.
Look out for reavers!
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to go like
Ready the
this. Because then if they want to use whatever that 2-mana spell is on this, I can Frostbite that, keep my 3/1. Kind of nice.
Alert the village! Save the homestead.
Would I rather, if they have Pike removal, what would I rather keep? Ashe or the Rhyme Wolf?
Nothing escapes my watch.
I feel like it's probably Ashe. Could go either way there. Bullying people with Frostbite is kind of fun.
What will you have?
There's Tommy Boy. So if I play Ashe... Okay, so what we can do... Play Ashe. See what they do. Yeah, how does Kindred marks people's big unit? Oh, I see what you mean. Because you Frostbite them, and then you Frostbite their weakest unit, and then Kindred will mark something bigger. Yeah, that's cool. Or, sorry, you Frostbite their biggest unit, Kindred marks it because he says weakest, right? It's been a while since I played Kindred. Yeah. I could see them actually playing Waking Sands here if they have no other plays, just to be able to trade with Ashe when I attack in with her against this 5/6. Am I doing that if that's their play? Am I doing that if that's their play? Maybe I'm okay with that. They're just passing. Okay.
Swiftly now.
I guess they can... No, they can't do that anymore. I was gonna say, if they had the... If they had whatchamacallit spell. Pike's, you know, removal spell. They could have, like, killed one, had a blocker for the other. Probably kill this. Blocker for Ashe? I don't know. I'm guessing our opponent's disconnected again. Are people rage quitting against this deck? Or are people actually legitimately having connection problems today? Because this is like 3 out of... No. This is like 3 out of 5 matches. You would. I know you would, but... It's like 3 out of 5 matches where our opponents have disconnected. One of them came back because we weren't aggressively passing on them, and then... Yeah, like what the hell? Sorry, bro. I'm gonna pass because, like...
Show me a target.
She levels up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're still dead.
Avarosa, guide me.
It's actually quicker if they're gonna continue to have connection problems just to get the hell out of here and kill them. But 2, like, I'm not gonna give, like, if we're ever in a situation where, you know, Lurk passes to you with their attack token still, you're gonna take the pass a lot of the time. Like, I'm not gonna just play stuff out, not knowing what they have the potential to do on their attack token turn. I guess I could have ran out my clock, giving them a chance to come back, but
A new Freljord will rise.
may as well just move on. Find another game. No one really cares how that matchup turns out anyway. No one cares about Lurk. You've all seen it, you've all faced it. Here we go. Nova Spirit, aka Robo Jesus. Gonna show us the power of Kindred Ashe. You're just saying that because you don't want me knowing that you're ghosting. I gotta like have a card hand blocker. I'll just put my I'll just do this. Yeah, I just... I see you. You mother... Alright. Enough of that shit. No one wants to see a high-res version of my mug. I have no idea where that was at. Alright. Let's get blocked.
There's another one!
Okay. Jailbreak's fine. Actually, is it fine? I don't want more things for them to kill. That's okay. We got a Brittle Steel plus Tom Kench to deal with their Kindred. And Ashe, actually. Ironically, Ashe is very weak to Frostbite cards because she also gets hit by Brittle Steel in addition to everything else. Am I supposed to just pass here? I guess I could start by attacking as like a soft pass to see what they want to do. They don't want to do anything. What am I pretending to hold up that I get punished by playing out this Jailbreak? Yeah, I got him. Made them burn one more mana than we did. We got the moral victory, if nothing else.
From here.
There's always room for supper.
For the homestead.
For the homestead.
No gills, no entry.
Light the signal fires.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Where there's a will,
There's a meal. I'm gonna value the toughness on Tom Kench like it's gold, so I'm not going to let's swing in with him.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
We drew an Ashe, or did we? They're just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother. Fair enough. Well, I probably should have played this pre-combat. They're passing again. They are passing once again. I mean, do I just play this out and start pressuring them? This doesn't do anything. So I don't want to do that quite yet. I feel like I'm supposed to pass, even though, yeah, we're losing a mana. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Why? What? No, let's do this.
Found one.
Yeah, give an enemy vulnerable this round. If it dies, draw one. Sounds good to me. We're burning 4 mana, they're burning 5. I'm probably supposed to save this, right? Since we don't have a hard removal up right quite yet. Are they also playing Iceborne Legacy Spiders? They just threw all the buffed cards in one deck. I could see that.
Look out there!
I'm actually surprised we drew a card with this. I figured they might decide that one Frostbite effect was worth denying me a card draw.
Warm hearts and hot soup. No time for soup. We've got to move.
I like the face swap thing that happened there. Ruination, like what is going on here, man? Do something. If you want to pass again, I'm fine with that. I might actually just start playing all kinds of stuff out now. If I'm forgotten, then no. Guess we'll pass. Ooh. Maybe I'm supposed to start here.
Locked and ready.
We were at 10 cards, so we like basically have to play something out.
Please.
Do I want to play this wolf? I don't think so.
You gotta believe me!
You gotta believe me.
You see me? Yes. You. Yes, you do.
Wonder if I'm actually supposed to play this and just start ticking up
Winter is the Freljord's true
my
ruler.
frostbite for this Rhymefang Den Mother.
Sends chills up my spine.
Because now I don't mind passing every turn if it means I'm getting, like, this built up. Other shit leveled, you know?
Without the other.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're not going to overdraw if I pass. Doing this so they don't get a free slate. I think I like this still.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
Honestly, could be right to get down the Rhymefang Wolf and try to kill. Oh, yeah, Howling Abyss can be awkward. Damn. Am I supposed to pass here, or am I supposed to try to Rhymefang Wolf our boy? Oh, I think I'm gonna try that. I remember this deck used to run Howling Abyss as a kind of this value engine at the top end, but the game's almost certainly too slow for that now. Ouch.
Its heart beats fast now.
It knows.
The frost reveals all to me.
I'm sure there's something for my tastes.
Am I supposed to just swing in here? I feel like I want to start here. Then depending on what they do, we can use our attack token to kill something with Rhymefang Wolf plus Frostbite effect. We might not actually not be swinging this turn, depending on what they do.
It's too late now.
Sends chills up my spine.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
It's like not that big of a deal, right?
Nothing escapes my watch.
I will find someone.
Look out for Reavers.
Use this as a gain 3, draw 1. These aren't blockers if we find Ashe. And we can just eat them for free with
Light the signal fire.
Oh man, 1 mana off. That's so annoying.
Plenty of room inside.
Lady Elise, where are you?
That is a bit unfortunate. Am I still playing this out? I feel like I don't want to. This could peel here in addition to there, so I feel like I don't want to play it in that respect.
My comestibles are getting cold.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Ice runs in our veins.
Appetizers aplenty.
I don't think I want to swing yet. Let's do this to start, see what they do. It means we can't feel the rush again, unfortunately, but... does mean we level up.
Winter take you!
Do I want double Rhyme Tusk Shaman on the field, or is that silly? I would say no, because we're not going to have space on our board to feel the rush next turn.
The frost reveals all to me.
My arrow won't miss.
You can see the Demacian border from here.
I'm going for it.
I'll lead us to victory!
In Avarosa's name.
How delectable.
Do I even care about this? I think I just pass.
Ice runs in our veins.
Where there's a will,
So I could play Crystal Arrow, but if they are looking for whatchamacallit we get got by that, I think I'm supposed to just use my resources and do an unblockable attack and see what they do. So I could go... This probably involves 2 Brittle Steels. Brittle Steel, Ashe, Frostbite? Or am I supposed to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Am I supposed to try to get them with Crystal Arrow? If they block 110, they're still dead, so I can just double Brittle Steel?
my comestibles are getting cold.
Oh, I could also hook with the wolf.
Avarosans, stand together!
That's true. I could also hook with the wolf.
What a commendable achievement.
deck is hot. Yeah, I think we'll end it there. End on a high note. What to say about this list? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Felt pretty good to me so far. We didn't get to play a whole ton with Rhymefang Denmother, but in the one game where we did get to throw her down, she felt great. 50 Kaka, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, the one game where the Rhymefang Denmother went down felt pretty good, and she was it. Even though we didn't play her that last game, having her as an out to like rebuild our board had they played something like a Ruination or what have you, felt good. You know, the fact that we can just kind of sit there accruing these Frostbite triggers turn after turn in certain spots, like that last game with the Rhymetusk Shaman, or even just Ashe attacking turn after turn. This thing can grow pretty big, and really like four Frostbite triggers in a game is not unreasonable. In fact, it's highly likely. And just the fact that this is 6 mana putting 10 power on the table, 5 of which has Overwhelm, seems like it's pretty reasonable. And like if on average that's like the floor of this card, I think it's probably a reasonable inclusion, because 4 Frostbites is really easy to get. So the fact that this is adding 10 power plus in every game seems like it's a worthwhile inclusion. Other thoughts? I mean, Rhymefang Wolf. I'll have to play more with this card to see if it's worth keeping around. I am a big fan of the card. I like it. It gives you more ways of turning your Frostbite into actual removal, in addition to Tom Kench. And, you know, with things like Trolltran, we're running this, like, you know, this one of Elixir of Iron to help keep it alive, to be able to do those things. Feels good. And yeah, Coral Creatures, as we mentioned in the early game, felt like a reasonable inclusion. It's just a high value card for the cost. It's not like super impactful, but just the little bit of value it's generating with the spell it creates, which can create us, you know, more Brittle Steels, more Elixir of Iron, things to make our opponent's stuff vulnerable, on top of being effectively a 1-mana 1/3 to block, you know, to keep our life total high against more aggressive lists. All felt reasonable. I would definitely play more with this list. I would say, oh yeah, we did mention, I'll throw it together now, just so I don't do this. But I did mention, where are you? The possibility, if we wanted to take advantage of Allegiance, with the Avaros and Outriders, I think this could be another way of getting like big, you know, finishers in the deck. And maybe we're running those instead of, like, I don't know, Bjerg, because Bjerg could hit the thing we haven't hit with that, because we got Ashes and Rhymefang Denmothers in the deck. We'd also need to, I wouldn't want to run this card if we're on Allegiance. So like maybe something like this, and then at the bottom end we're running a couple of Burbs. We're running a couple What are they called? Sentry? No. Omen Hawk? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Omen Hawk. You know, the one that buffs your stuff. Maybe something like this could be worth trying. Avaros and Outriders seems like a potentially sweet card. I don't know. Something worth considering, because we're so close. The deck is so close to being mono Frel anyway. I think, you know, maybe this card just adds more, you know, like I said, more ways to close out the game by having another threat to play to. How many units do we have in the deck? Pretty high count as well. Yeah, something like this would be worth trying. What would we call it? Ashe, Kench, Riders. Outriders? They're Outriders. They're not just any old riders. They're Outriders. Alright, that is going to do it for this deck. We'll move on to the next one.